Act 1, Scene 1. It's after school behind the bleachers at Northland High, the most basic high school in Ertz, Kansas. Different groups of kids walk across the stage every so often, casually chatting to each other. Enter Jimmy. He's walking home alone as he spots a group of upperclassmen smoking a pack of cigarettes. Jimmy walks up.
What are you guys doing?
We're having a smoke. Leave us alone, will ya?
Why would you do that?
Why? Because it's good for you. It strengthens your lungs and protects your immune system. That's why. Look at the package.
He hands Jimmy the pack.
Even Rita Hayworth likes them.
He hands the pack back,
Who's that?
confused.
Never mind. You want one or not?
He gestures with the pack and a lighter.
Well, one couldn't hurt.
Jimmy grabs one from the pack with one hand and the lighter with the other. He puts a cigarette in his mouth, tries to get the lighter to work a few times, then succeeds and lights the cigarette. Jimmy takes a deep breath and coughs.
Yeah. That happens to everyone on their first try.
Still lightly coughing, then in a pained voice,
Yep,
he coughs.
I bet it does.
You want a pack?
Absolutely not. I'm never doing that again.
We'll see about that.
Butch and his group walk off, leaving Jimmy to contemplate his first smoking experience. The rest of the day, all Jimmy thinks about is how he smoked that cigarette. Finally, he decided once was not enough. He wanted to smoke another. The next morning, he decided to skip school and head to the local smoke shop. Jimmy heads towards the smoke shop as the curtain falls. Act 2, Scene 1. The curtain draws back open and reveals a drugstore with a bored-looking Mr. Stan behind the counter. Visibly on edge, Dr. Joe walks in wearing a lab coat and glasses. Dr. Joe walks up to Mr. Stan behind the counter and asks vindictively,
That's this establishment.
Who's asking?
he
I am.
replies sassily. Mr. Stan facepalms, then slowly looks back up at the doctor in front of him and replies,
I figured as much. I meant to. Why do you ask who the owner is?
Oh, well, I have a bone to pick with you, Mr.
Stan. Mr. Stan.
Right. Well, Mr. Spam.
Stan. Mr. Stan.
Oh, my apologies, Mr. Stan. As I was going to say, I have a bone to pick with you. The stuff you're doing in this establishment is downright cruel and dangerous to the youths of this area.
Mr. Stan scoffs, then stands up straight than before.
Oh yeah? How so?
You're slowly killing every single child that walks into the store by selling them tobacco products.
Don't blame me. There's money in the trade. I'm just here to capitalize. What can I say? I'm an entrepreneur.
Enter Jimmy, a little nervous but determined.
Welcome to the smoke shack. What can I help you find?
You won't help him find anything. This child should be having cigarettes.
Oh, boo-hoo.
He turns his attention back to Jimmy.
So, kid, what'll it be? Some cigs, please?
He asks sheepishly and returns to staring at the ground.
Okay, then. Any idea what brand you would like? A red box one with the Rita something on the side. Perfect. I'll ring you up there.
He moves back, grabs the pack, and turns back to the register.
What's your name, son?
Jimmy. Jimmy, sir.
Jimmy, don't buy these. They can and will ruin your life.
Yeah, right. There's no way these can hurt me. They help your body, not hurt it.
Jimmy, son, listen, these things are death's bringer. You know what? Never mind. I'll let you see what happens when you let them take hold.
Dr. Joe angrily storms off the stage.
Listen, kid, don't worry anything about that ankle biter has to say. It's all nonsense. Come back here anytime you need a refill, all right? Maybe if you come here often enough, I'll set you up with a discount. Does that sound good? Yes, sir. All right, you go off now.
Jimmy exits and the curtain falls. Act 3, Scene 1. Several months later, Jimmy has become good friends with Butch and his group of friends. They hang out every day and smoke cigarettes, cigarette after cigarette. One night, Jimmy was hanging out with Butch at the local drive-in theater. Butch, while packing up lightly and coughing.
Great movie, huh, Jim?
Yeah, that was great. Pass me a cig.
Butch leans over to grab a pack of cigarettes when all of a sudden he collapses in pain and starts violently coughing.
Butch, you good?
Jimmy becomes worried and starts shaking Butch to get up.
You're kidding, right, Butch?
He starts to worry more. Butch rolls over and pushes out a singular word to Jimmy.
Hospital.
The curtain closes as he continues to cough violently. Act 3, Scene 2. The curtain opens to Butch in a hospital bed, sleeping with the doctor sitting with his back to the audience, working on a clipboard. Butch awakes and looks around.
Where am I?
He flops back, fatigued. The doctor turns around to reveal that it is Dr. Joe.
You've been out for 2 days and don't move too much. The tube might get unplugged.
Dr. Joe waves his hand at the tank next to Butch. Butch lifts the blanket next to him to reveal a tube leading from his chest to the tank next to him.
You won't like the diagnosis either. How bad is it? You have stage 4 lung cancer.
Butch sits in silence and disbelief at the thought.
I told you it was bad. You won't be leaving that chair for at least another 4 days and out of the hospital no less than a week and a half. That bad, huh? On the bright side, you have a visitor.
Jimmy enters with a box of chocolates and flowers.
Oh, hey, Jim.
Jim approaches the bed, sets the gifts on the table next to the bed, and leans over the side. He sighs and begins to speak.
Just to be clear, the flowers are not from me.
He chuckles.
The chocolates are, but don't eat them all.
Not planning on it.
The three sit in an awkward silence for a brief moment.
I love to chat, you two, but Butch really does have to rest.
Understandable. I guess I'll have to see you some other time.
I guess so.
Jimmy walks out with Dr. Joe close behind. The lights go out and the curtain closes. Act 4, Scene 1. The curtain opens months later to a funeral crowd, listening to Jimmy give a speech about Butch.
And that is what I remember most from Butch. His willingness to try new things and maybe take a risk here and there. All in good fun. This is what I remember him by.
The crowd applauds and Jimmy steps down from the stage. As Jimmy leaves, Dr. Joe appears and pulls Jimmy aside to chat.
Hey, listen, man. I don't want to hear the "I told you so" speech or whatever. Save it for later. I don't want to deal with this right now.
Oh God, I would never. I just wanted to ask how you're feeling.
Actually, I'm feeling okay, besides the obvious. I've been clean of tobacco for 2 months and 16 days now.
Really? That's great. I never would have guessed.
Yeah, I even started an awareness campaign for tobacco addiction and the hazards it poses. It focuses on youth and the advertisement of tobacco products being harmful to future generations.
Wow.
Would you like to be a part of my awareness campaign? I could use a certified doctor on my side.
I would love that. Count me in.
Jimmy and Dr. Joe walk off stage spouting ideas of future projects to come as the curtain closes. The end.